Welcome to our Asian Star Trend channel. Today we have the following news, hope you and your friends follow along. Songyun is still playing a college student at the age of 34, and her age siege has sparked heated discussions. When you think of Songyun, it's hard not to picture that signature beaming smile, a radiant, almost childlike expression that has become her calling card. With her cherubic face and sparkling eyes, she's long been the embodiment of youthful innocence on screen. Perhaps that's why audiences are often caught off guard when they learn her real age. For years, Tan has effortlessly slipped into the school uniforms of teenage characters, playing high schoolers with such authenticity that viewers could swear she never left the classroom. Her roles, naive, stubborn, full of wide-eyed wonder, made it easy to forget she was only acting. But here's the twist: Songyun is 34, yes, 34. Let that sink in. It's the kind of revelation that makes you blink twice. But maybe that's her secret magic. She doesn't age so much as she transcends it. One moment she's your sweet desk mate in a coming-of-age drama, the next, she's anchoring emotionally charged stories with the depth and grace of a seasoned actress. Her youthful glow isn't just a matter of appearance, it's a spirit. A spirit that can make you laugh when you least expect, tear up without warning, and reflect on your own fleeting sense of time. Tan's journey reminds us that age isn't a limitation, it's a layer. And perhaps what makes her performances so unforgettable isn't her face, but the feeling she leaves behind. She doesn't just play youth. She makes us believe in it again, and in a world moving far too fast, that's a rare gift worth holding on to. A celebrity is a celebrity for a reason, and Songyun proves it with ease. Look at her now, and then glance back at her early roles playing high school students. Honestly, you'd be hard-pressed to spot the difference. Time seems to have politely skipped her. That fresh-faced charm, the bubbly energy, the innocent sparkle in her eyes, it's all still there, untouched by the years. If anything, she's frozen in time, and audiences are still delightfully caught in the illusion. But beneath the surface of admiration, there's a conversation, sometimes even a controversy, brewing quietly around her age. At 34, Songyun is still being cast in youthful roles, and not everyone agrees on what that means. Some call it talent. Others call it typecasting. A few even question whether the industry's obsession with youth does more harm than good. Yet, Tan remains unfazed. Before filming You Are More Beautiful Than the Stars alongside Sukai, she reportedly sat down with the director for a candid discussion. Not just about the role, but about the image, the perception, and the emotional truth behind it. Could she still convincingly portray a character navigating love and ambition in her early 20s? Could she balance the youthful innocence with the maturity only real life brings? The answer, it seems, was yes, and that's the fascinating paradox of Songyun. She's timeless, yet evolving. Childlike in appearance, yet quietly fierce in her choices. While the world debates numbers, she continues to chase characters who tell stories not of age, but of emotion. And maybe, just maybe, that's why we keep watching, not for how old she is, but for how real she makes us feel. Songyun knows better than anyone how perception and reality often collide in the world of showbiz. Despite her youthful appearance, she herself doesn't believe she can convincingly pull off playing a high school, or worse, middle school student anymore. So when the script for You Are More Beautiful Than the Stars landed on her desk, her first instinct was to push for change. She sat down with the director and, with refreshing honesty, suggested that perhaps someone younger should take the role. Someone who wouldn't have to act like a teenager because they were one. It wasn't insecurity, it was integrity. The compromise? Changed the character from a high schooler to a university student. It was a subtle shift, but meaningful. And Tan agreed to stay, but even that wasn't enough to shield her from criticism. The backlash came quickly. Online forums lit up with sharp comments. She's in her 30s, what business does she have playing a college student? Others questioned the industry's reliance on familiar faces over age-appropriate casting. It wasn't just a critique of Tan, it was a critique of an entire system. Yet, what many missed is what Tan brings beyond surface-level age: emotional accuracy. Her performances aren't about looking the part, they're about feeling the part. And that's something makeup can fake, and youth alone can't deliver. There's something quietly brave about an actress who knows the limits of illusion, but still dares to tell stories that resonate. Tan Songyun isn't pretending to be 20. She's portraying a character who feels 20, with all the rawness, hope, and vulnerability that entails, and maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of authenticity we should be applauding. As if age debates weren't enough, Tan Songyun found herself facing another familiar accusation, that she only had one trick up her sleeve. Critics claimed she was stuck in a single lane, forever playing the sweet girl next door with a sunshine smile. Versatile? Hardly. Complex? Questionable. The noise was loud, and for a moment, it threatened to drown out everything else. But then "You Are More Beautiful Than the Stars" aired and changed the conversation. What began as a casting controversy slowly evolved into a quiet vindication. Audiences who tuned in with skepticism were met with a performance that felt anything but one note. Tan brought warmth, wit, and a subtle depth to her character, a young woman navigating ambition, love, and self-worth with emotional clarity that couldn't be dismissed. She wasn't trying to prove she could do more. She simply did. As the episodes unfolded, viewers stopped asking whether she looked the part and started feeling the part with her. The chemistry with co-star Sukai, the pacing of her growth on screen, the emotional honesty, it all added up. The early backlash faded like background noise, replaced by praise that felt earned, not engineered. Tan didn't clap back at the criticism. She let her work do the talking, and in doing so, she reminded everyone of a quiet truth in entertainment: sometimes, evolution isn't loud. Sometimes, it's graceful. Unforced. Natural. She may not shout for versatility, but when the role fits, she wears it like second skin. And with "You Are More Beautiful Than the Stars", Tan Songyun didn't just silence the doubters, she gave them something better to watch. Years ago, actress Hao Lei made a pointed remark that continues to echo through the halls of the entertainment industry. At whatever age you are, you should play characters of that age. If someone in their 40s plays a teenage girl, then what are the actual teenage girls supposed to do? It's a sentiment that strikes a chord and a nerve. And it happens to mirror the debate surrounding Tan Songyun almost perfectly. Tan, with her youthful looks and gentle screen presence, has long walked a delicate tightrope. She's 34 now, but still often cast in roles meant for women a decade younger. It's not that she lacks talent or emotional range, far from it. But her appearance, a double-edged sword, has both opened doors and ignited criticism. The unspoken question lingers: should she step aside for younger actresses? Tan Songyun stands at a crossroads, familiar to many actresses, praised for her youthful roles, yet eager to move beyond them. Her years of experience bring nuance to these characters, but the industry's obsession with eternal youth leaves little space for actual young talent, and even less for women trying to grow. Though she hasn't openly addressed debates about age-appropriate casting, Tan's recent choices speak volumes. She no longer chases high school roles, and even hesitated before taking on a university student. The shift is small but symbolic. Her doll-like face, both a gift and a curse, has locked her into a forever young image. Even award-winning performances like Go Ahead couldn't fully break that mold. But she's been trying. In The Sword and the Brocade, she shed her girl next door image to play a noble woman with quiet strength. In The Song of Shu, she portrayed a bold businesswoman advocating for independence, a clear step toward maturity. Still, none of these roles have matched the cultural grip of her past hits like With You or her sweet turn in Empresses in the Palace. Tan isn't lacking talent, she's fighting the shadow of her own iconic past now, with 3 new dramas: My Life and I, As the Orchid Wishes, and Xiaoyao. Tan is pushing for reinvention. Different roles, different genres, and perhaps, a different Tan Songyun, and maybe, just maybe, this time she'll finally break free.